Hello, I'm Sexy Danny 21 Awesome, and this is Epic Horror Fans, and today we are reviewing Ash vs. Evil Dead. Season 1 of the highly anticipated show. Finally here. Now, in Canada, it premiered on the Super Channel, and in America, it premiered on Stars, where you guys live. Because my two friends here live in America and I live in Canada. So I'm going to start off with my good friend Spiderjackangel on what he thought of Ash vs. Evil Dead.
I like the show. I do think that the show could improve on some stuff. I felt like it spended too much time with Ash trying to basically get back to the cabin, because pretty much the whole season's was all about Ash trying to get to the cabin and stop the evil from basically taking over the world. But however, the stuff doesn't really go according to plan, and Ash screws up everything yet again.
So, what would you say you do like about the TV series?
It felt more in style of what Evil Dead was to me back when I saw the original 3 Evil Dead films: Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, and Army of Darkness. It felt like a very much a good return to form with Evil Dead, in terms of having the Deadites mess with people, having the cabin mess with the individuals, and all around just basically being like the old style Evil Dead. Now, what I didn't like is the fact that the TV show had Ash basically be the individual that summoned the evil in the first place, and ultimately he does something more worse by the end of the series, which basically, end of the season, which basically kind of, makes me feel uneasy towards him as a character.
Okay, now, what would you say was your favorite characters in the show?
I'd probably say Ash, and I really like Kelly's character.
Okay, and what is it about Kelly that makes you think that she's one of the best characters in the Evil Dead series, basically?
I just like how her character is really strong, and pretty much how she just basically was a lot more better in terms of being a female protagonist versus the girl from the Evil Dead reboot, or as some people may call it, Loose Base sequel.
Would you say she's the strongest female character out of the whole trilogy?
That's tough. I would probably say out of the Evil Dead stuff, yeah, she probably is. She is definitely as much as a badass, at least in my eyes, as Ash was.
Oh, okay. And now, what were your few minor gripes with the show that you had?
I didn't think it was nearly dark enough, and I didn't like the ending they choose for the finale. I didn't like the fact that, little spoiler here, that Ash cutted a deal with the one character at the end of the finale. I didn't like the fact that he cut a deal with Lucy Lawless's character. I felt like, while it may be somewhat still in character of Ash, I felt like Ash is the type of character who's pretty much the reluctant hero, but I never really saw him as a character that would basically cut a deal with something evil to basically, try to get out of it.
True. Now, do you like Lucy Lawless's character?
I like Lucy Lawless in just about anything.
Yeah, I mean, now it was pretty cool to see, Sam Raimi return to, Evil Dead. Would you say that the TV series was better than the remake?
Yeah, in my eyes.
And what do you think that the TV series did better that the remake didn't do?
It got the Deadites right. Like, in the remake slash prequel, well, like, like the Deadites in that, like, they didn't feel like Deadites. They just felt like corpses in a way. Like, they didn't have any, like, spirit to them or essence, basically, that remind me of, like, Evil Dead. They weren't really,
Hmm.
memorable. And it was part of, like, in the reboot, like, well, I know a lot of people give it props for using practical effects.
Like the demons and everything in the.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like I felt like the movie like had some good things going for it, but I didn't like the fact that it was just basically like the demons basically were not as lively as they were in like the Evil Dead movies. They hardly even fucked with individuals in the film.
Yeah, they seem to have different. And I mean, I think that I kind of like that they were going kind of an original route with having deadites and demons. It was like
Oh shit.
you know what I mean? Like it had kind of like kind of both kind of like creatures. There was like the
Yeah.
demons and there were the deadites, and I thought that was interesting. And I remember you telling me that you felt that the one thing that this series did well was that the deadites messed with people more in the
Yeah.
TV
Yeah.
series than the remake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk to my good friend here. Jtisreborn. What did you think of Ash versus Evil Dead?
Well, personally, I loved Ash vs. Evil Dead. I mean, I think I've made this clear before, but the Evil Dead is like my favorite horror series, and 100% of that, well, I should say like 90% of that is because of Bruce Campbell as Ash, and the other 10% is just the crazy stuff that happens. Or maybe it's like 20. I don't know, but regardless, Ash is my favorite horror movie character of all time. And just the fact that I got to see him on like a weekly basis for a couple weeks was a great like nostalgia trip, but it was also a lot of fun. I mean, this really captured the humor of like say Army of Darkness and the gore of Evil Dead 2. So I thought it made like a perfect balance between the two. Now, the new characters were good. The Deadites were hilarious, and just the fact that Ash is an asshole, like a straight up asshole to everything, was amazing. I mean, he finds new and creative ways to be a dick to the Deadites. How even when he fought that like doll in like the first episode, he's just like, "Oh, what? Did you hurt yourself?" Just simple things like that are what make like Ash this great character. Bruce Campbell once again was amazing. Seeing Evil Dead done was what I really enjoyed about it. Now, some of the issues with it are, it might have to do with the half-hour format. I know we're getting like, I think it's just because like as momentum's building, it just kind of cuts off when you watch them like on a weekly basis. But if you're gonna binge watch it, I think it'll flow better. But like since these episodes were once a week, I think that half-hour format may have hurt it a bit. Because like you are getting really into this episode, and then like it just kind of cuts off. So if you watch it continuously, I think it flows better. But with the half-hour format, I think the episodes weren't long enough.
Mm-hmm.
For this type of show.
What are your favorite characters in the new series?
Well, I mean, Ash is pretty much a given. I did like his two friends, Pablo and Kelly. I thought they were both pretty funny, and they did develop over time. Kelly just became like this, and Pablo, they like just some of the things they do. I like the part where they're at the the militia, and one of the militiamen's like, "I'm gonna get you pregnant," and she's like, "Oh, won't your sister get jealous?" I thought that was pretty funny. And then where Pablo's like, being held hostage by like one of those deadites, and then like she has to fire a machine gun, and just blood squirting everywhere. That's for one thing. The gore in this show, the gore was amazing.
Yeah.
It definitely felt very Evil Dead 2, and I did like the addition of demons into this. I mean, we've gotten deadites plenty of times, but it was nice to see like demons. Basically like Chatterer from Hellraiser.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it. But it was like nice to see like new things being added to the lore, and I liked how they actually went back to the original cabin. I could see where Spiderjack felt about the ending.
Yeah.
I mean, I will defend it in essence, because it's like he actually like Ash does like this is the first time he's really had friends in a very long time, and he actually like began to care about these people. I mean, he was the one who didn't want anyone going to the cabin. Like Ash is someone who's used to like trying to run away from his problems. I mean, well, in Army of Darkness he kind of like stays and fights, but I guess in this universe Army of Darkness isn't canon since they don't have the rights.
Well,
so
no,
basically,
it is somewhat canon, because remember in like the book they showed him like holding the chainsaw up in the middle of the air like he did in Army of Darkness.
Yeah, I know that it's tough to tell because like he doesn't work at S-Mart anymore. They had to change it and all that.
Well, you gotta realize this takes place way years later.
Yeah, it takes place years later, but like I know they don't have the rights to Army of Darkness.
Yeah, because Universal has the rights, so they can't even mention.
Yeah, that's really stupid. They should just give them the rights back. I mean, what are they holding on to them for? I mean, what are you gonna do with it? But, anyways, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, the gore was great. Supporting cast was a lot of fun. Lucy Lawless, I mean, I think as Spiderjack said, she's good in everything she's in. There's a lot of standout moments from the season. I'm just trying to remember some of the things in the episodes. Just
like the
great
girl
scene after great scene.
Like what about
Kelly's, the big?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
What about the scene where that chick like turns her head like backwards and everything? That was pretty funny.
What's another one? Where Ash goes to meet Kelly's parents and he's having dinner with them. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
And then like Ash chainsaw fighting a granny. And just some of the ridiculous things that would happen.
Like just the way he like jumps in the air and puts it on his hand, that was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, and like he's like completely parallel to the ground, and then like they cut away, and then they cut back, and he's just like standing.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell did he do?
Like I love the ridiculousness of that, because they almost make him like a video game character at that moment. And
see, that's one of the things that I actually didn't like about it. I felt like the first episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead was pretty much a letdown for me, because I thought it was okay, but it just was like taking me out of the experience when he jumped up in midair and just basically.
Hold on
that
here.
made it for me. I don't know about you, Spiderjack, but I love that ridiculousness.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, the things that happen in Evil Dead 1 and 2, like, there are insane moments in that where he would have been dead for sure, like where he's hitting all those trees and everything in Evil Dead 2. I mean, there's a lot of crazy moments in all the movies.
Yeah, but nothing as insane as that.
I don't know, that scene where he's being thrown
come on,
through
in
the
Army of Darkness, he's in the pit, and like he jumps up the chainsaw, like lashes onto his hand, and there's the part where he's, at the end of the movie, he's in S-Mart, and he's like jumping all through the air, and he's firing his gun, and he just catches it, and he's just like, hail to the king, baby.
But still, he freaking like flew here.
Ash is special. Don't you not understand?
Well,
like he's able to do these ridiculous things.
It's not the first time he ever flew, though, Brian. He flew, and remember when he was hitting all the trees in Evil Dead 2?
Through the air. Yeah, he
jumping up and catching a chainsaw is my.
He's got Ash is a special person. We don't complain when Spider-Man jumps and latches onto the walls.
Yeah, he's kind of like a superhero when you think about it.
Yeah, he's a superhero who's not good at anything else but killing deadites and being a dick to everyone around.
I mean, that's why they were gonna do Ash versus Freddy versus Jason, because he has a
special
dude.
gift.
He's not freaking Dante from Devil May Cry.
He's El Jefe. Do you not understand what that means? He is El Jefe. He has these abilities that come into play when certain situations take place. When he's fighting Deadites, it just kicks in.
Yeah, I would say that Ash is not
He's
just
able
a normal
to survive
human.
these ridiculous situations because he's the hero. He's like the worst hero ever. That's the whole point of him. He's this complete screw up who somehow has to save the day and then screws it up again. That's the whole point of Ash. He's able to do all these ridiculous things.
Yeah, I mean, almost like...
And it's really funny, too.
It's almost like Indiana Jones to the maximum. You know what I mean?
Yes, because Indiana Jones, let's talk Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Some of the ways he gets out of situations, insane. It's meant to be like the great adventure serials. Like in Temple of Doom, where they go into like this inflatable raft and it floats down off a mountain. Like they use it as like a parachute. Or when he hides in a refrigerator from a nuclear blast. Ash just jumps in the air and he catches the chainsaw in his hand. It's meant to look cool and corny and stupid.
Yeah, and
that's makes it awesome.
I've seen interviews. I've seen interviews with Sam Raimi, and he's said many times before, Ash isn't a normal person. This is a person that can go through trees and live. And I made him like cartoony on purpose. Like that's like his purpose basically. He is kind of like Indiana Jones, but like even crazier than that, you know? It's this like, I mean, he can cut his hand off and live and fight, you know what I mean? There is a superhuman, you know, strength to Ash. I would agree with that.
There's a superhuman abilities.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, nobody can do that. And it's meant to be ridiculous in all the movies. Even the original movies. Especially Evil Dead 2, you know. You don't talk.
Oh yeah, Evil Dead 2 is one of the most ridiculous movies you'll ever see. Yeah. But it's awesome for it. And it has fun with it. That's what I loved about the show. Finally, horror is fun again.
Yeah.
Especially for TV. Because especially this year, or I shouldn't say this year, 2015 for horror movies was a pretty bad year for the most part. There really wasn't anything like that came out that I was like, you know what? I really love this year for horror. There really wasn't anything amazing in 2015 as far as horror is concerned. Maybe there's some independent film I haven't seen.
For the
most part,
did you like the twist with Lucy Lawless's character?
I mean, it was interesting. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know how to feel about it. I have to really let it settle in for the next season because it was just weird how she was attacked and then she all of a sudden explodes and then it's just okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's an interesting character, but I feel like we haven't seen the full, you know, of her character basically. I feel like they're gonna give us more of her character in the next season. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And also Ash actually does he develops more this season. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, he still starts out as the Ash we all know and love, but he actually for the first time in a long time, he has people that he actually cares about. Yeah. And he doesn't want to see him. He doesn't want to have to cut them up because he's used to just running away from his problems. And this one, he actually he's you know, no, I gotta go do this on my own. I don't want to get anyone else involved. You know, they just they get involved themselves because their lives have been screwed over too.
And Pablo is so sweet to him. I mean, you know, there's this nice scene at the beginning of the season where he breaks all these light bulbs and Pablo's just cleaning up the light bulbs from him. I mean, he's just a really nice guy, you know. And I like that Ash actually has a really nice friend that's a guy, that's Pablo. And I like how the woman in the series works off Pablo, you know what I mean? They're a nice mismatch.
Yeah, they're not annoying. They're not annoying. They're not the annoying comedic sidekicks, which is what I really liked about it.
What were you gonna say, Spiderjackangel?
Plus, the other thing is the fact that, there was no tree raping thing in the series. What happened to that?
Well, maybe they might be saying
we had 2 tree rapes in the series. I mean, you don't have to do it a third time.
Well, they did a tree rape in the remake though. Remember, Spiderjackangel?
Yeah,
I mean,
we just got a tree rape last year. 2 years ago.
They didn't have that in the series. Plus, they didn't kill Pablo. I mean, like they had a chance to freaking make it as dark as like the Evil Dead movies, but they just were like, nah.
I like Pablo though.
Yeah,
I wanted Pablo to die
this season.
Pablo is one of my favorite characters. I mean,
Pablo should have died.
I mean, Spiderjackangel.
They're going to Jacksonville. There's more to it.
Yeah.
What about that? The shaman gave him his uncle.
Mm-hmm.
There's something up with that.
Pablo,
oh yeah, never mind.
All I gotta say is if Pablo doesn't die in season 2, I am not watching it from here on.
Well, I'm sure more people will die because they're just hyping it up because they want you to grow attachment to those characters before they kill them. Like if they kill them right away, then you're not attached to them.
Well, they could have made like Pablo die in season 1's finale and made it really freaking good at heartwarming. It would have basically.
I think it will be more effective if they kill him in season 2 because Pablo's gonna grow like a fan base and then like it'll be heart wrenching when he dies. I mean, when you want to kill a character,
it's better that they save it for season 2.
Yeah, like so. Let's get a rating.
Because otherwise, then like you don't have the deal.
Yeah.
And the deal would just seem useless.
Yeah. So like, what would you rate?
And less funny.
What would you rate this out of 10? Spiderjackangel.
Oh, God. I have some heavy criticism with it. I think I would, with as much criticism as I would have to say I'd probably give it a solid 6 out of 10.
Oh, whoa. So, now do you remember what your score was for the remake?
I think I gave it like about a 7.
So, you're going to give this one a lower score than the remake, but you said this one was better than the remake.
It was more in terms of spirit than the Evil Dead remake. But, however, like the Evil Dead remake, there's stuff that it got wrong. And I'm not going to look past that. Okay.
So you're going to give it a 6 out of 10. Now, what about you, Jtisreborn?
Screw that, I'm giving it a 10. I got to see Ash back kicking ass.
You give it a 10 out of 10 because the return of Bruce Campbell was awesome.
It gave me my Evil Dead fix that I've been craving.
Yeah, and originally Sam Raimi wanted to make it into a movie, and then they convinced him to make it into a TV series, so we got more Bruce Campball in the long run.
And he does want to make a movie. He does want to make a movie eventually, like crossover like the remake and this storyline. That's his eventual goal. But for right now, hell, I'm getting more than a movie. So, I mean, I would have loved to have seen one in the theaters with Bruce Campbell. I thought that would have been fun. But, like, at the same time, I'm getting more than I bargained for.
Yeah.
So, either way, it's a win-win situation for me. Because I waited so long to see a follow-up to Army of Darkness. Because Army of Darkness is one of my top 10 favorite movies. I mean, I love Evil Dead 2 and that. But Army of Darkness is my favorite of the Sam Raimi Evil Dead movies.
Yeah.
And I've just been waiting for a follow-up for years, and I finally got it, and I had a great time with it. So
I just remember, like, watching...
You could say I had my nostalgia goggles on or whatever, but I laughed a lot. I enjoyed the gore. I enjoyed the Deadites, because, like, maybe it could have to do with the timing of it, because I didn't think 2015 was a very good year for horror films. In fact, I thought it was a shit year for horror films. At least in the ones that got like wide releases. I mean, like what good wide release horror movies? I mean, Insidious 3 was all right, but like other than that, what did we get? Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimensioners. I like to call it piece of shit. Worst fucking ending to a series I've ever fucking seen. Unfucking believable. I mean, if you want to see a rant for that, go see my instant reaction. I got so angry.
Yeah.
Well, but this left me satisfied.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, for me, like, I like. Here's the thing. I like the Walking Dead TV series, but to me, season 1 was the best, and it kind of went downhill. But like, here's the thing. I think that this TV series is just fun to watch. I mean, it's a fun show to watch. It's not like you're being kicked on by somebody. Like when you're watching like a Walking Dead episode that's super depressing, like Grapes of Wrath or whatever. This is just a fun show to watch. They get you hyped up, and it's just cool to watch. Kind of like a comedy, like horror TV series, because that has been lacking since like the 80s and 90s. Like we used to have Tales from the Crypt, and that's come back, which is cool. And I heard in Canada they're gonna have Tales from the Crypt and this show both on the air next year around the same time, which is gonna be awesome. You're gonna get your horror fix there. I mean, to me, this show was just a lot of fun to watch. It was just so entertaining, and every episode I wanted to see more. You know what I mean? And I can't say that for The Walking Dead, because some episodes just pissed me off and I didn't even want to watch anymore, and I was just watching it because there was nothing on TV. And their spin-off show, Fear the Walking Dead, was horrible. Like, the acting was terrible. And this show, like, I care about the characters. I care about Pablo. I care about the main heroine in the show. I care about Ash. I care about everybody in this show, like the three main characters, and that is something I actually really care about them. And to me, I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10 because I'm willing to pay like $60 to watch season 2. That's how much I like it, and I am going to pay that much when I order it on my local subscriber, because I have to pay $20 a month to watch the show. I had a deal for $10 a month, but I'm willing to pay $60 just to watch season 2. Like, that's how much I like it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like Ash as a character. I like some of the episodes in Ash versus the Evil Dead, but to me, like, I just felt like by the end of season 1, like, it should have wrapped up the storyline it was telling and then carry on a new storyline.
You felt like they were just opening it for season 2. Like, you felt like you got a little bit too much at the end?
Yeah, like for me, like, the finale of Ash versus Evil Dead,
yeah,
like, is much, like, I wanted, like, Pablo's character to die because I think that his character's death would have been an emotional one, and if done effectively, it could have basically, like, had Kelly's character try to bring Pablo back in season 2, and then basically in having her bring his character back, unleash the hell that Lucy Lawless's character was going to try to control. I think, to me, like, the setup that I wanted for season 2 in my head, like, basically, didn't happen, and I'm really bummed on that front. I mean, like, I think the finale of Ash vs. Evil Dead, like, was good up until that point where Ash made that deal. Like, I think it was good. It felt very much in spirit of, like, what you saw in the earlier Evil Dead, stuff. And it just was like, I wanted the show to basically end its storyline and continue a new storyline in season 2, where this one, it just felt like that they were carrying over a very loose thread of a storyline that they should have wrapped up, and it just felt unfulfilling to me.
Well, see, to me, like, I like it because I'm going to get more Lucy Lawless, which I want to see more of. And I feel like, I think it's cool because he's going to...
Well, you could have got more Lucy Lawless, regardless, even if her character died in season 1, her character could have still come back by basically Kelly bringing Pablo's character back, because it could have set forth a chain reaction of stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that, like, what I liked about it was that it's going to take place in a new location, which is Jacksonville, and I like the whole idea that the entire, like, I don't know if the entire world has been taken over, but they're kind of going for that concept, and I like that, like, he has doomed the whole entire world to deadites. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm wondering how much...
Well, you're not too sure if it's deadites or demons.
It could be demons or deadites, but we know that on the radio that they've taken over a lot of different places. probably even more than Jacksonville, maybe in the entire world. Who knows? But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see the destruction that Ash has caused and how Ash is going to get himself out of the corner, basically. I mean, the interesting thing about Evil Dead is it deals with time travel. I'm wondering if Ash is going to be going through time to fix humanity, basically, and get everything back to normal. I'm wondering if that's what we're going to do. There's so many possibilities for where season 2 could go, basically, and that's what
there is a lot of possibilities. I agree with that, but also there's a lot of possibilities that they could just prolong the storyline to the point where it could become really repetitive as well.
Mm-hmm. So,
and I don't want to see that.
So, the one thing that you were excited for was the return of Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi coming back, and us finally getting something that is more Evil Dead-like in the spirit, as you said, Spiderjackangel, which you felt the remake was missing, and we finally got that back to the original story. I mean, I was wondering if they were going to connect it to the remake.
I do really wish there would have been a tree scene in it, though. Like that part where the one blonde girl gets the nails in her face, and then she gets dragged out the door. I was like, oh my god, are we going to see a tree bitch again? Are we going to see a tree raping scene in this?
Brian, you should have an infatuation with tree raping. Just saying. Sorry,
I freaking I was so excited with the fact that we might see the tree bitch character again. I mean,
well, at least they got the evil Ash twin back that you like.
Yes, I will say, when they got evil Ash back, that was a plus.
I'm good Ash, and you're bad Ash. Or you're good Ash, and I'm bad Ash. I wish it would have been good, bad, I'm the guy with the gun. But I do love that fight scene because they're just bad knee. Oh. Right. And they just knew each other's injuries.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite episodes as well. That
yeah.
I really wish we would have got more of Bad Ash.
I wish we would have got more of Bad Ash. Because Bad Ash was so funny.
But see, the thing with Evil Dead is that no matter how many times Bad Ash actually dies, he has a tendency. Yeah, he has a tendency of just returning somehow.
Well, so we got 2 people that gave it a 10 out of 10. We got 1 person that gave it 6 out of 10. We're gonna say this show is highly recommended, and that the people should definitely watch this. Some people might have gripes with it, but I'm sure, like Spiderjackangel said, a lot of people are gonna like the fact that it's in the spirit of Evil Dead, right?
I would give the show a recommend, not a high recommend. I'll recommend though.
High recommend for me, so I mean that's what counts.
All right, and recommend it for me too. But that's 2 out of 3. So I mean I'm sure that some people might have gripes with it, like Spiderjackangel, and a lot of people will like it too. I mean, it's just what kind of you like, basically. And I'm just glad that we're both happy that Ash is back finally, in a TV series, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's our review. Have a great night.